It's not something that has just been invented. Actually, it's the oldest teaching known to mankind. But at the same time, it's a very scientific teaching. So when we say scientific, it's a scientific way of becoming God conscious, of knowing what is God. Krishna in the Sanskrit language is a name for God. But when we say a science, we mean in contrast to what is passing off as science now in our society. Because now our educators, our scientists, our government leaders, everybody is teaching that life is a product of dead matter. That we are simply combinations of chemicals picked up, combined together, somehow producing life. But this is actually a very illogical conclusion. Because any child can see, I am alive because my parents were alive. My parents are alive because their parents were alive, and so on. Actually, no one has ever seen life come out of dead matter. No one has any experience of such a thing. But these scientists and these educators, simply by their mental concoction, simply by their guesswork, are posing as authorities and misleading the people into so much suffering. So the first item of spiritual knowledge, which is real knowledge, the first thing we have to understand is, I am not this body. I am not matter. I am not a product of these material elements. Then what am I? I am pure spirit soul. So Krishna consciousness is starting from this platform. What is spirit soul then? If I'm not a combination of chemicals, if I'm not a dollar's worth of chemicals, then what am I? So we turn to authority because everybody listens to authority. Now everybody in our country is listening to this perverted authority of our scientists and educators. And in Krishna consciousness, we're turning to the authority of the ancient Vedic scriptures. Actually, this is not an Indian religion, and it's not an Indian teaching. Although it's associated with India, and it's practiced with India, Krishna consciousness is the eternal nature of every living entity. God can be known by so many names: Allah, Jehovah, Buddha, Jesus, also Krishna. Krishna in the Sanskrit language means the all-attractive, the most beautiful. So who can deny that this means God? If you speak of the one who is most beautiful, that can only be God. So we say, Krishna, you may call God any of the names that are coming from your scriptures. It's not our policy to tell the Christians, do not be Christian, or to tell the Jews, do not be Jews. But simply we say that the test of your religion, whatever it is how much have you learned to love God? If you're going to church but you're not learning to love God, then you're wasting your time. Krishna consciousness means love of God, nothing else. Now, in ancient ages, there are very many ways that people would try to get in contact with God. Sometimes they would spend long hours meditating, many years and years meditating, or performing huge sacrifices. But according to the scriptures, the ancient Vedic scriptures, in this present age, the recommended process is chanting the names of God. Because God is absolute. Therefore, when you chant His name, you can come in contact with Him. And we see people chant Hare Krishna. They never get tired of it. People chant it year in, year out. No one gets tired of chanting Hare Krishna or any name of God. Of course, you cannot make up your own name of God. You cannot just chant Charlie or Sam or something like that. But whatever your scriptures are teaching you, whatever your religion is, chant this name of God constantly. If you don't have a name of God, chant Hare Krishna. So, about 500 years ago in India, Lord Chaitanya, he said that this was the time to bring this chanting of Hare Krishna into the streets, as it was predicted in the scriptures. He was teaching, chant Hare Krishna, your life will be sublime. So therefore, we are also teaching the same thing, in line with the scriptures. They're inviting everybody, chant the name of God wherever you go. Understand, God is a person. God is not simply an abstract force. He's not simply something that you try and read in between the lines. Actually, we have these scriptures to give us so much information of God. It is not that you have to interpret or give esoteric meanings or hidden meanings to the scriptures. Scriptures are not here to cheat you, but the scriptures are here to reveal God. Therefore, one who wants to study scriptures must take the scriptures at face value. And then the purport of the scriptures is immediately revealed. But any religious teachings that are simply delving into secret hidden meanings, all they can do is confuse you. along with our scientists, our educators, our government leaders. Now there are so many cheaters masquerading under the name of scientists, under the name of clergymen, under the name of government leaders, all misleading the people. So this Krishna consciousness is very much needed in our modern society, because Krishna consciousness means love of God. This is the one thing that's lacking. We have so many things now. We have buses, we have airplanes, we have computers, we have this and that, we have television cameras, all these things. The one thing that's missing is God. That's what you don't have to give up your life. You don't have to go and sit and look at a wall for 9 years or do any of these things. Simply, in whatever you're doing, always bring God in whatever you're doing. God consciousness. That is the meaning of Krishna consciousness. So we are going out on the street, following the orders of the scriptures, chanting as Hare Krishna everywhere we go, inviting everybody to join us, have a little taste of God consciousness, try to understand what is God. Now, there's so much talk about loving your fellow